Being a Christian isn't easy. Trying to live like Christ, trying to live out the way that he asks us to and tells us to in his word, the way that's completely different than the world, is not easy at all. And that's a common misconception, that people think everything will just be perfect when they come to Christ, and that's not it at all. And he even said these very things in one instance where he says, "Enter by the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the way is easy that leads to destruction. Those who enter it are many, but the gate is narrow and the way is hard that leads to life, and those who find it are few." Far more people go the normal way, the easy way, which is just life living in the flesh, versus the way of Christ and the difficult way. And that verse is Matthew 7:13 and 14. There's many other verses that he talks about how it's not going to be that easy. It's difficult, and something that I struggle with is almost lying to yourself, not even on purpose, but when you lie to yourself, you also lie to God, and that's something that you obviously don't want to do and you want to avoid. But it's easier said than done, because you get so used to the way of your life, the way of the world, and whatever it may be and what that might look like for you. As much as you want to follow Christ and live that way, it is difficult to change so much about your life, possibly, right? It looks different. It is different because it is. It's different than the world. And it's something that we have to work at and push ourselves to. Sometimes you don't feel like it, but that's life. There's plenty of things in life that you want to go after, you want to get to, and you have to work towards it. It's the same thing in your faith, is you got to constantly work towards it. You don't want to get in the Word, you don't feel like studying the Word or reading the Word or praying, get yourself to. It's about the discipline as well. It's not a task. It's also about the discipline of doing so to build yourself up, especially in those moments that you don't want to. Paul in Romans 7 talks all about this. For instance, in Romans 17, he says, "For I do not understand my own actions. For I do not do what I want, but I do everything that I hate." He's saying these things that subconsciously, the way of his life and just knowing life as it was and as it is, he lives that way. But even though he knows, like, wait, Scripture tells me to do this, Jesus tells me to do this, but I'm still doing it the other way. It's just a reminder that it's a constant battle, but it's one that's worth fighting.